What's the most illegal thing you've ever done?
Found my grandma's social security card one day. Went online, took some personal loans out. Told Granny I got a job. A few weeks later, came home with a new car.
Whoa.
Wait, okay.
How big was the loan?
5 bands. Her credit was good, and she always told me, work on your credit. That's your life right there. I got you.
Hey,
How's that working on your credit?
I think that's what she meant.
She don't know about it.
She still don't know about it?
Nah, she don't got no email. Word.
I don't really know if this is my last time, but what I know is I'm feeling just fine. My life is like a red carpet, and I'm feeling like the richest millionaire. This is my local mayor, and I'm the biggest star around here.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscriber died trying, man. You see the thumbnail. You see the clip. Hopefully, more importantly, you saw the clip. We got to talk about how these family values then went AWOL. So, you mean to tell me this young guy stole his grandmother's identity to get $5,000? And he really thinks she doesn't know. Like, because she don't have email, she doesn't know that she got a credit card out there in her name. Okay. If you believe that, you're an idiot. Because not having an email doesn't mean you're not going to get notified in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And here's the other thing. She's going to she might not know today. Let's just say she didn't know today. You're not going to pay that bill. People like that don't actually pay debts off. They do it with exactly what he did. He scammed his way into some credit for somebody else to foot the bill. Not to mention, where do your morals have to be to steal your grandmother's identity? Your mama cool with that, huh? Your daddy cool with that? No, they're not. You didn't tell them either. Because it won't be funny, when they get a hold of you. It won't be funny when something goes on with your grandmother. Maybe she needs to go to the hospital or something. And then, these bills pop up and they say, well, you already got a credit card from this, that, and the third. And it's like, what? No, I don't. And it's like, oh, thank you. My grandson that threw me under the bus. So my issue with all this stuff is, how funny is it when your family actually does you in the same way you did your family in? Because you can't say your grandmother did something to you that made you steal her identity. My grandmother, she always told me to get my credit together, so I decided to steal her identity and get my credit together. Wait, what? And this comes from a person who had a family member steal his identity and get a couple of credit cards, right? That idea, we're going to be cool, And I'm going to tell you how that happened. Watch. This is what I mean. In college, I was living with a family member. And I was paying him rent or whatever. And he asked me for money one day. I paid him rent, and then I paid him like 6 months rent straight up. And then he asked me for like basically another $800 just because he was behind and stuff. And I'm like, I just gave you, a good amount of cash. Like, what you needed some more for? So the next day he's like, you got to get out of my house. He kept the money, you know what I'm saying? But because I didn't get more money, he kicked me out of his house. No problem. I come back some months later because I'm looking for my report card. And he says, hey, man, I'm going through it, man. I got some of your mail. I was like, I know, that's what I'm here for. He's like, man, I need to get some credit cards or something. Do something. I was like, oh, okay, get some credit cards. He took that and because my mail was opened and decided, well, you said that I could get some credit cards. I didn't say you can get some credit cards with my name. I found that out a few years later when I was trying to buy a car. I was like, oh, okay, this is what we doing. So, of course, it was an issue, right? And that family member had, that uncle had, from my understanding, stole his mother's identity, some other people's identity in the family. He just had a history of doing this. He ain't tell me this before I went there, but I found out like everybody else, right? So a person like that, it's all fun when somebody else has to foot the bill because I had to pay them credit cards off. Because he just got them, maxed them out in 1-2 days. He did some crackhead stuff. Like he was just buying dope or something. I don't know. But he maxed them out first day he got them. And never paid anything, and I found out. So this guy to do it to his grandmother is interesting because, this holiday season. So you going to go to your grandma's for Thanksgiving? If she find out, you going to go there for Christmas? Family get together, family reunions. You didn't think that far to show up. And, some of your uncles, if you got uncles and aunts and uncles, and they just sitting there like, oh, okay. So you stole mama identity, huh? Because you wanted a car and some cash, huh? Uh-huh. Because, this years past. Because when I found out, I went to his house. But, luckily he wasn't there. But I went to his house. I'm like, nah, we finna, I was like, my family, don't do that. We family. I'm like, man, whatever. But you cats nowadays with this bad moral compass that think it's okay, and y'all got that from other people prior to you. I can't just, you got it dishonest / honest, from being scumbags or whatever. But what winds up happening in these situations is very simple. At the end of the day, you've done something. You just did something that when they find out, because they will find out, that your family may not disown you for, but they'll definitely distance themselves from you for. So don't expect to go over your parents' house like, nah, we can't have you over here. Can't have you rummaging through our stuff to get something. Don't expect to go to your other family member's house. You did grandma dirty. Nah, you on your own, player. I'm just trying to get my credit. Nah, we not trying to hear this. It won't be so funny then. It won't be so cool. And like, and y'all cool with being scumbags. And this is the other thing about it. People do stuff like that to people who they think won't respond. And especially with family, it's one of those situations where we're supposed to be family. You love me, so you got to forgive me for I have sinned against thee. It's like, they could be a little, people could forgive you and still hit you. I'm just saying, just for the record. They could forgive you and still put hands on you. Or get somebody to put hands on you. Or forgive you and somebody else in the family decides to put hands on you because you deserve it. Like, don't ride that wave. But I'm going to leave it at that, man. You tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one, man. Peace.
All I ask is when you lay your head on that pillow at night, know I gave you everything I had.